Beth, results all that matters in the first leg, innit? Wasn't a great performance, but what a result that turned out to be.
Exactly, I'm not going to lie, the first half I was pretty disappointed the way we went about things. You knew that was going to be a case. The point was, Ralph was saying in his press conference, you could gauge the idea. The point was to come away from here with a chance to win it at Old Trafford, and to be fair, I feel like for like the teams were similar. Atletico probably did have more of the chances, but I feel like we grew into the game and ended up matching them. There was a few poor performances around the pitch, but that's just the way Atletico play, and Simeone did well to nullify our players that usually are the creative spark. So to get the 1-1, I think is a good result here. Take it back to Old Trafford, and I think it's a winnable game when we get there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they didn't really show what I mean, but from João Felix, they were really toothless up front, weren't they? And we pretty much, I said on my fan blog, De Gea really didn't have too much to do.
Exactly, we basically give them a goal away. For me, how poor defensively that was. That goal never should have gone in. It came from the poor distribution again and not clearing our lines properly. And apart from that, yeah, there was a few chances that hit the crossbar, but they were lucky chances in themselves. And João Felix, to be honest, was the only one that really stood out. I feel like our players just couldn't get to grips with him, and we kept fouling him, and that was shown that he was their player that really was the only outlet they really had.
Exactly that. Massive shout out. Ralph made the subs, and again, Beth.
Alanga.
I mean, the fans were singing in the end. We were pretty quiet in the away end for most of the game, not much to feed off. But wow, I just said then, literally a few weeks ago, this was a guy who had missed a penalty against Middlesbrough. It looked like the end of the world for him, and look at the last 2 weeks, he's showing character. And you know what? Finally, we've seen a young player actually learn and actually take some advice, what he would see from these players, these senior players right now, because through on goal against one of the best goalkeepers in the world in this stadium, massive occasion, our only attempt pretty much on goal. Credit to Alana, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I thought he did really well when he came on. He's turned into one of our super subs, and I think everyone says how good his attitude is, and I think that's really shown. I feel like he's grown massively. I think he takes more time, not too much time in the ball, but he understands now what decisions to make, and you see him making more of the right decisions. And today, when he got in on goal, I was really nervous, to be honest, before he took that goal, but I thought he just took it so well, slotted it past the keeper, and he did exactly what he needed to do. And it's a joy to watch him, to be honest, because he's just a player that deserves to do well. You can tell it by the way he plays and his attitude on the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a few results now, Beth. I don't know if you heard the result, but Spurs were beaten by Burnley tonight.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
So, you know what, going into Watford at weekend, if we can beat them, we were talking about this month of March being a tricky period, but we beat Watford and come out into that, and you never know, we could actually be seeing some form of finish to this season. If we keep with the character that we got now, it may not, dare I say, turn out as bad as we were first fearing.
Yeah, exactly. The form that we're in, tonight wasn't a great performance, but despite the way Atletico have been doing results-wise, they're a decent team, they're a good team. I think they matched us well, and I think we did well to come away here with a draw and take it back to Old Trafford, and the results we've put in, can't get too carried away. We beat Leeds, it was a great game, but we understand Leeds' position at the moment. Liverpool have just beat them 6-0. They're not the greatest team, and they do play into our hands, and to be honest with you, if it hadn't been for the results where I feel like we should have gone on and won the game, and we've been really unlucky with the chance we've not scored, we'd be on a great run now, a great run of wins, and I feel like the thing is today, when we started out and they scored the first goal, I thought this is it. Any decent opposition, we'll see what's going to happen now. But to be fair, the team showed character. They came back into the game, they didn't concede another goal, they grew into it, and they did what they needed to do, and that's game management that we've seen poorly handled in a few other games. So going into March, hopefully against teams with a tougher opposition, we'll be able to do the same thing.
Exactly, you've got to learn when to just knuckle down and accept that it's not going your way. Stay in the game, and that's what we did today. Ralph brings off Paul Pogba again, not afraid of making the big calls, Beth. That's another positive we've got to take from this, because we are going to have to learn to live without him, and him coming off, Alana coming on, Matic coming on. I think Matic coming on, I thought personally just settled us down in that midfield area when he came on.
Exactly. Alanga, great substitution to make to add a bit of pace into the game and give a young player that chance to really shine. Matic is a player that is good to inject a bit of calmness on the ball, and someone to inject to shore it up defensively, and also keep us ticking on the ball, because a lot of times we were giving the ball away way too easily, and he handles the ball very well, and he actually is good at driving the ball through the midfield, which is what we were struggling to do with Fred in there.
Exactly that. I mean, I'm going to ask for a man of the match, Beth, because we came away with a really good result here tonight. 1-1, brilliant to go back with. There's not many in that forward line, but Who are you giving it to?
I'm going to give it to Alana purely for the goal. I thought the back line did relatively well at times, but I do think Alana, to show that character against one of the best keepers in the world at his age, after what he's been doing recently, I'm going to give it to him.
Confident that we're going to be on another away trip in the quarterfinals?
I reckon so. You know, I feel like we can go and win it back at Old Trafford. Ralph's done well with his substitutions and knowing how to play out games, so hopefully.
Good to see him utilising the squad, like I said, not the team.
Exactly. Teller's coming on, I thought it was a great sub as well. But
yeah, it was. Beth, have a great journey, safe journey home. Enjoy your last night in Madrid. I'm sure we all will, but cheers for coming on as always.
Thank you. See you with the home leg.
Yep.